Aquarius, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 11th through to the 17th of December. Hope life is treating you well. Have you seen your monthlies? If you haven't seen your monthlies, go and get it. It seems like you're really stepping into your into being you in your relationship side, and it looks like it's going to really pay off for you as well. On your financial side, there's a bit more work. There's a realization that seems to be, and I think that has to do with a big decision that you need to making here, according to your life. And that decision, as it's coming through, is blistering. Is really, really good for you, Aquarius. Overall energies, Two of Swords. Sometimes life is difficult and you've got to make difficult decisions. But once you make those decisions, it makes it absolutely clear about where you're going. I think this decision has already been made, funnily enough, or it's easier to make on your relationship side than it is on your financial side. On your financial side, this decision here is just going to really make you. And it seems like here that it's actually not that difficult a decision, Aquarius. It seems obvious. It just seems so obvious to be doing it. You know, but it's going to take you away. This is where it's coming in. It's going to take you away from the traditional ways of being. And it's almost going to sort of like, people may not quite understand why you've made a decision and stuff like that, but that's fine. That is absolutely fine. What is the thing that needs to happen is that decision within you. So it's that decision to either make it or not make it. I'm going to go for it, sort of thing. On your relationship side, you have the King of Swords here, and I think this is on your karmic. I know it's on your karmic mission here. King of Swords is wisdom, judgment. Through that judgment. And it's through the judgment of the obstacles that you've been through in your life, that you've overcome and everything like that. And it's giving you your karmic mission is to have this clear, straight vision, but not necessarily a vision that you have created. It's almost like a vision that has been created not only from you, but also with everybody that is around you. And that's your wisdom, being able to sort of like place yourself within your relationships around you, so you know exactly where you're going, and that's also taking into account the oddities and the differences between the relationships that you are engaged with. The universe here is bringing in the moon, and I think it's actually going to bring forward, it's bringing forward sort of like energies or emotions, or even like this pathway here. And I think you may not necessarily see it in the past. It's as you live it, that's when the universe will reveal the path to you. The wisdom part is staying true to who you are, what you do, what sort of spirit you put into things, what sort of emotional sort of things you put into things. And your guides over here are going, let's do it. This is on your relationship side. They're really encouraging you to get on and do. The guides that are connected to the longer term karmic path, you have the Knight of Swords, which plays beautifully into that. And this is playing beautifully into your energies as well. I think you've already started this mission from a long time. And now it's a case of just following it through, really pushing it through to its completion, as it were. In the guides that are in your subconscious, as it were, within the conversation that is within you, they are really sort of saying, engaging with your sort of passions and be passionate and glorified about what you're doing here, about this path here. And it's almost as if like you're telling people, as if like you're showing people, sort of saying, you know, I'm doing this. This is the pathway I'm going down. And it's going to make people think and about what they're doing, where they're going, and where you're going, and how they can adjust to and adapt to where you're going. And it's like, and I think the destination is a really good thing for you. And it does breed a lot of sort of passions within your life. And as the overall outcome for that is that's why I think once you literally even if you're in a couple and you've decided to go off on a pathway, you will take into account your partner. It's not like you're abandoning your partner. It's not like that at all. But as I always say, you're on one path, your partner is on another, and those paths may be next to another, next to one another. But at no point are you on their path or they on your path. Everyone has their own individual path. And I think this choice here to activate your path is really important. It helps you out. It helps everything else around you out. On your financial side, I'm going to have to show these two cards together because you get the two sevens here. You got the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is on your karmic path, and the Seven of Pentacles is on your universal path. And this here, I think, helps enormously with this decision here. 7 is a number of revelation for me. So it's revealing you something. And I think it's revealing you that, the choice that you're making, yes, the universe is saying, yes, you're going to have to nurture it. But then what wouldn't you have to nurture in life? You're not going to just get a job, put your feet under the table and kind of go, right, I just wait for the money to roll in, or start a business kind of going, yeah, well, I've opened the business, that's it. I'm done. The money's going to roll in. You've got to nurture it. And I think this is what the universe is encouraging you to do. And I think this is part of that decision that you're making here. Once you start nurturing it, this is where your karmic path comes into play. You've got the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is all about, it talks about defending your pathway, but your righteous path. But I think it's when you live it, that's when you defend it. Yeah, when you live it, that's when you defend it, basically. I was just sort of saying what was coming off the card there. There was something coming off the card about this is the pathway that you should be leading. It feels so right. It feels right within you in your passions, in the way you want to. When you get up, you want to get involved. You want to do. You want to make it. You want to engage in it. And from your past, you're getting the 9 of Pentacles. I think you've already created a lot for you by looking at what's happened over the past sort of 6 months within your financial side. And this is sort of saying here is, yes, the results are flowing in for you, but it's really time to take it to the next level. Don't forget about that. Don't get comfortable in your position. I think that's what it's saying here. Yes, you've created a lot, and yes, you're getting a lot of results from it, but don't get comfortable because those results can diminish at any given point. And you need to really crack on. And what's going on through your subconscious and your general outcome. I've got to show you this. This is your subconscious. This is the conversation within you. And this is the general outcome. I think what you're doing here is now you're sort of like, with this decision that you've taken about your career path, it's like you're convincing yourself that this is, you're gonna win, you're gonna make it, you're gonna get to that job, you're gonna get that business that's gonna be really running tight and making you money. And it's not that you're convincing yourself, it's like you're giving yourself a pep talk. And this pep talk is sort of saying this opportunity is too big to miss. And I think that's what the decision's all about. And I think it's all part of making that decision to say, like, invest that extra money you've got in another business, or to, push for taking on new accounts within the job that you're doing in order to get that sort of a promotion and stuff like that, because it all comes out absolutely humdinging for you. Really nice. If you're thinking about pushing something, you're coming to that moment to do it, and it seems like there's an activation within your life about doing something. The funny thing is also at the same time, because we're in the middle of December, you will be in your autumn period, and normally things don't really kick off in your autumn period, but here I think this is because of the longer term plans. I think this is something that you've been developing since, for a very long time, basically. So it's not something new here. I think it's a continuation of a plan that you've been working to for some time. Whatever it is, there's no rest here. It's get on and go, get on and do, get on and be. And it's very rewarding for you emotionally, energetically, and things like that. Really, really lovely, actually. Really, really beautiful. Yeah, let's do a bit of light seers, guys. Let's get some bit of clarification out of this. Thank you very much for being here. Hope you get the best out of these recordings. There's loads of links in the description below that you can knock yourself out for and everything like that. We will be doing the solstice readings in the following week. So, make sure you're all sort of hooked up for that. With the, this is it. This is a choice to make it, basically. A choice to make it. And I think when you're going to make it, you're going to really make it in style. And it's going to be very, very you. It's going to be very stimulating, very mentally, energetically, spiritually, whatever it is. This new sort of creation that you're doing. I think, as I say, I don't think it's new as in, okay, I've decided this, I'm going to do this today, and it's completely different to what you've been doing. I think this is whole, don't forget, there's a long gestation period for the Empress to give birth, basically, to the situation. She hasn't just become the Empress of her empire just like that. It's taken time to put into place. And I think this is what you've done. I think you've taken your time to put it into place. And now, because of what you've done, the work in the past, it means that you can activate it in your autumn. And that's a really good way of being. Let's just see what's going on with the King of Swords. You get the King of Cups. You're going to reign over your emotions, over your relationship side at the moment. Look at that. It's just absolutely brilliant for you. I think because you get that clear inner vision and you've got that sort of wisdom with you, that's what makes you feel like that. He's meditating here, this man, this king. He's meditating, but he has also got his hand in the cup. So he's in touch with his emotions. And because he's in touch with his emotions, whilst he's meditating, he has this serenity about him. Because he's got that starfish as well, he's done a lot of work in the background, basically. So I think that's what sort of like plays in most beautifully for you. The moon card, you get the Six of Wands. Yes, I think it ties in beautifully to this, to the Lover's card. And for you doing it is going to bring you recognition. This is what I was saying earlier on about your partner and or your relationships that are around you. Once you start heading off in your direction, people are going to start looking at you and sort of kind of going, wow. They're on the ball. They know what they're doing here. It's very, very refreshing what they're doing. So you're going to get a lot of recognition within your relationships around you that makes you just feel like you're completely and utterly winning the situation. I've got two cards here. I've got the Three of Wands and the World card, which goes with the Knight of Swords. The World card came out on top. So I think this is almost like it's you're completing a cycle here, and it could well be you're ready to give birth after a long gestation period, and you're completing a cycle here that you've had to wait around for a long time because you've been working on that mission for some time, and now you're finally getting to the crescendo moment within your life, within everything that is around you. With the Knight of Wands, you get the Judgment card. Yes, I think this is what's going to make you passionate. I think what's going to make you passionate is the knowing and that wisdom of actually doing it and it working really well for you. and making you feel like you're $1 million, that everything seems to be working in your favor. And that's when you're going to realize that you're having an ascension moment. You're really stepping up a level. It's very, very rewarding indeed. And at the top of the dial, you get the King of Pentacles with the Lovers card. You know, you've now got 3 kings on the table. Swords, cups, and pentacles. This Lovers card here, and I think this Lovers is, you know, someone falling in love with your life of what you do, or you falling in love with your life of what you do. And therefore you can love another. And it brings in a lot of reward, and it shines a light on you, which makes you feel incredibly secure, which is why, because you're making this ascension moment, but it's built upon knowledge, understanding, but also at the same time, it's providing that for everybody that is around you within your relationships that are around you. And it's absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice, Aquarius. Really, really nice. Let's just see what's going on your financial side, shall we? We got the 7 of Wands on your karmic path. You get the 7 of Cups. You've now got 3 sevens on the table on the financial side. It is revelation. Defending your path is following your heart, following your heart's desires, following that 1 cup that's bringing you those emotions. That's what I said. Once you start going down on your, following your pathway, that's when you get the results, basically. That's when you get the ultimate results. We've now got the Empress and the Emperor, right? With that on the general outcome. That is blistering. Okay? That is amazing. The thing that you're setting up here is so in alignment with yourself and the universe that is around you. Nurturing it, and that's what an emperor does. Yes, they may, the emperor may have conquered its empire physically, and this is on the material side, may have conquered its empire physically, but to be an emperor, it takes work. It's not just something that you turn up with your army, you conquer a region, and then you claim yourself to be emperor of that region. But you need the people's support behind you to be a good emperor. And if you haven't got the people's support, then you'll only get revolution. So I think within you have this support that is within the universe, within yourself, because you're nurturing it and you're following the pathway that should be ideal for you. And you've done it in the past because you're getting those rewards already into your life. You've done it in the past. You know the steps you need to take in order to get to those 2 aces. To take the real next step up. To really boost your life, basically. With the Ace of Pentacles, with the Ace of Pentacles, you get 2 cards here. You get the 9 of Cups, which is absolutely brilliant because now you've got 2 9s on the table here. And you get the 5 of Pentacles. I think this is basically what's showering into you because you're following your own path. I think it's a lot of rewards, a lot of self-satisfaction, a lot of emotional gifts of sort of, yes, we've done it, we made it, and stuff like that. And it's taking you away from that. It's taking you away from the whole idea of any sort of failures or sort of money losses in the past and stuff like that. It's completely turned it all on its head here for you. So, this is what it brings out for you. Look at that. Pure happiness, it shines a light on you as well, shines a light on what you do and the situation that it is. It's through this victory, it just makes you feel like you're walking on air, sort of scenario for you, Aquarius. Woof. Absolutely great reading. There you go, Aquarius. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Don't forget there's all those links in the description below where you can book up a private reading, see our sister channel, CYMATIC TV. Thank you very much for all the support you give to this channel. It's very much appreciated in any which way you see fit. Lovely, and thank you for your trust in the Astroflower. I will speak to you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.